Well, welcome. Welcome to the Vibrant Good Health Show. And tonight we're going to be talking about the power of the tongue, the power that lies within your tongue is death and life. And that's taken out of the Bible. We have more power than we realize. And I know this is not the first time that you've heard me if you've been here before. And guess what? It won't be the last time because it's so important for us to be aware, be intentional with our words so that we can live that vibrant life, have those things in our lives for as far as our dreams and our goals, those things that we actually do want in our life, that we're speaking that kind of life to our life. You speaking that kind of life to your life and to those that you know and love. So, again, this is the Vibrant Good Health Show. Welcome to the show. As you come in, please make sure that you just put in the comments. Let me know where you're coming in from. I'm in the Chicagoland area. And as you also, once you come in, you let me know where you're coming in from. Share this broadcast. Tag a friend, someone you know that may need a little reminder about the words that they use and the power of their words. Or, just because just share it on your timeline, I sure would appreciate it. So if you're not connected with me, make sure that you connect with me so that you will get the notifications when I go live again. And so for those of you on Facebook, thank you. On YouTube, make sure that you subscribe to my page. I could show me some love there. I sure would appreciate it. And on LinkedIn, let's connect so that you won't miss out on the next videos that will be coming out. This is a weekly show. So we're going to go ahead. I want to go ahead and get started because I'm excited about this. I don't know. Have you ever had something that's just on your mind, something that that you said, "Wow, I just really want to talk about this, and I hope it bless other people's." But you know what? Just talking about it and getting to it is blessing me. So I'm hoping it's going to touch somebody out there tonight. So listen there. I got Dr. Lowe in the house. Hey, 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 Jersey girl, Jersey, DC, just on the road kind of girl. Thank you for coming in. I sure do appreciate it. And she said, be sure to like, share, and follow. Absolutely. That's my friend. That's my friend. Said tag your friends and tell them to come on in. See, I should have her on the broadcast with me tonight. When is she feeling up to it? She'll let me know. But if she's not feeling up to it, I understand. But I think this would be a fun one to jump in. If you feel like it, let me know. I'm gonna do a quick thing right quick. And I don't know if I could do both of those at the same time, but what I'm gonna do is play my commercial. And for those of you that don't know Dr. Lotus Richey, that's on the screen on the screen right there right now. If you're interested and you need to get noticed, you need to see Dr. Lotus. She and her team, they do some awesome work as far as different promo videos that you may need and a host of other things that they do. But the promo video that you see that I share here on my show is done by none other than Dr. Lotus Richey. And she can put her contact information in the comments below. That way it'll be a clickable link and you can check them out, she and her team at lotusricheyignitesyou.com. All right, so let me see here. And so she says, so happy. This is my friend. See, I gotta say all of the comments here. So happy to be here. This is going to be a dynamic and great and tight. Your words. That's what we're talking about tonight. Just really being mindful that death and life are in the power of your tongue. You have the power to have your dreams come to life or have your dreams be buried, dead and buried because of the words that you speak. And so that's why we're talking about that power that lies within. A lot of times we're looking for to blame things on other people outside of ourselves. They may have contributed, maybe some situations and people that do things and whatnot, but a lot of it starts with you, starts with the words you speak or the words you fail to speak. Hmm. So as we get into before I get into it, I want to play my promo commercial. That's going to give you time to share, tag somebody, and then we're going to get right on into the broadcast tonight, talking about the power of the tongue. As soon as we come back from this commercial break, and here it is. I'll see you on the other side. Hi, busy women leaders. I'm talking to you. Are you juggling your family, your business, your career, and your health? Afraid that if just one ball drops to the ground, everything could fall apart because everybody's looking at you. You're stressed and overwhelmed. You're looking for answers, for help that's real help, for solutions. I have Vibrant Life Solutions that can help you. I am Hillary Gooden, the Vibrant Life Coach, author, speaker, lymphologist, and pastor. I empower busy women leaders with strategies to reduce stress and anxiety while increasing energy, clarity of mind, better sleep, better health, and vitality. Oh yeah, and boost your immunity. If you're ready for that, you say, I need that in my life right now. Let's connect. You can reach me at www.hillarygooden.com. You can direct message me on Facebook or LinkedIn at Hillary Gooden. Or else if you would like to get on a free 20-minute strategy call, a clarity call, go to bit.ly/Hillary Gooden. That's bit.ly/Hillary Gooden. I absolutely believe you got the power to help your body, help you live a more vibrant life. Right, so that's where you can get your promo as well, connect with me. But if you want something like that for your business or for your organization, you see the link right there. Make sure you check it out. You won't be sorry. Oh, absolutely. So we're going to go ahead and get into our comments. Not in our comments, but my comments about what we're going to talk about tonight. And I got it broke down to like 5 talking points. And here we go. We're just going to go ahead and get started. So the first one is, number 1, stop all negative self-depreciation. Now, if you're in business, when something, or if you just know what depreciation is, and so you got a house, a home, own property of some kind, you drive that car off the lot, it begins to depreciate the moment it hit the streets. Okay, so with the moment that you speak negative about yourself, you begin to depreciate your worth, your value, just a little bit. You know, they say self-depreciation, but it's like committing suicide. Just a little bit. You kill yourself just a little bit. And just by the words that you speak, you want to speak positive. You want to speak life to yourself. Get in that mirror. I do it. I'm not ashamed to say it. I get in the mirror and I say things to myself that make me smile, that make me stand up a little taller. I am beautiful. I'm powerful. I'm somebody to know. you know, I am amazing. I'm the best at what I do. You have to say whatever those words are that you need to speak to yourself that are going to speak life to you, life to your health. Because that committing suicide just a little bit, that self-depreciation, you know, I was an accountant for years. That's what I did in my life before I retired in 2019. And so when the property depreciates, you write off a certain amount every year until it depreciates, the value depreciates out over time. And so your value should not depreciate. You should be doing things that's going to help it to appreciate, to grow in value yourself. You don't want to be the one that speaking words that are not going to bring life to your value. You should value your value more than anybody else. I have a someone that I met recently in 2020. I think I met him in 2021. Yeah, just met him this year. And he says that his father told him, this is Dr. Eric Kelly. He said his grandfather or his father told him, it's something that the nugget that he passes on is your value isn't valuable if you don't value it. So you have to value you. People take their lead from you. If you think well of yourself and you're always lifting up, being positive, helping to lift up other people, people take their lead from you. If you're down in yourself, well, they don't think nothing about downing you either, or saying amen to your down in yourself. So man, that's sad that they feel like that, but they don't do anything to lift you up, and then you want to blame it on somebody else. No, it's the power that you have on the inside to help your value to remain valuable, especially to you. Know your worth, know your value, and know that you are worthy and you are valuable to your own self. When you look in that mirror and you begin to speak those words of life to your own self. The Bible also says that out of the faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. That's speaking those words out of your mouth so they go back into your ears, so that you got this double thing going on where you're hearing it, you're speaking it, and it's going out back into your own ears, but it can go into the ears of other people. They may say, she sure is arrogant, or he sure is, what's another word for arrogant? I can't think of it right now. When they say, when you're speaking well of yourself and you're saying things like, I'm amazing, I am amazing. And it's a word that I can't think of it. If you can think of it, please put it in the comments for me. Hey, there's Marie with me tonight. Hi, Marie. I hope you got my message. Check your email. And then here's Angie with me coming in from DC. Thank you so much. Thank you both so much. But well, for lack of a better word, say you're arrogant because you're always talking about, oh, you so great and you so this. Well, that's what I believe. That's what I am. If you have a problem with it, well, that's not my problem. You have to be okay with people thinking uh that maybe you're a little strange. And if valuing your value makes you strange, well, then, okay, be strange. Be strange. And just know that you are not going to cause yourself to depreciate by speaking negative, feeling negative. When you speak a thing, it also can go into it, it goes into your cellular self. That's what we don't understand a lot of times. We're made up of 37.2 or more trillion cells, each and every one of us around the world. It doesn't matter who you are, how much money you got, how much education you have. None of that matters. We're made up of cells, trillions of them. They die off. There are a certain amount of cells that die off every day, and then your body generates new cells. But you don't want to kill off cells that's not supposed to die yet. Come on. You don't want to overstep your supply for the day because you're being negative to yourself, and you're causing cells to die off that wasn't meant to die off yet. You know, don't cause depreciation of your value because you're speaking death. You got a dream. You want to see your business flourish. You want to see your health flourish, so that you can show up in your business and help it to flourish. When you're feeling down, depressed, anxious, overwhelmed, you got so many things going on. Just like in the promo, it talks about those balls. Got all these balls in the air because you're doing everything for everybody. And then what if a ball falls to the ground? Is everything else going to fall apart in your life? Are you going to be able to recover? What'll happen? Don't be the cause of self depreciation or self-suicide. Just that little bit every day over time can have a drastic effect on your life and most of all on your health because your cells receive that energy as negative. That negative energy, I'm telling you, it could be the death of you just a little bit at a time. So be kind to yourself. Speak words of life. Speak words that's going to lift you up, build you up. Yes. Okay. Mm-mm. Said check my DM. So that's number one. Number two, here we go. She said, check your let's give Pastor Hillary some analytic love. Tap your hearts and thumbs. You come on, come on, come on. I can't see it. I can see it when I go back in. So if you're tapping those hearts, thank you. This is something I had to learn to do, guys. Speaking life. Because I didn't realize that when I would say stuff like, I can't, this is too hard. I just can't do this. I just don't know how this is going to work. It's too hard. I'm just going to, rather than try, I'm just going to sit back and don't worry about it. But they can do it. She can do it. He's great at it. She is really amazing at what she does. I wish I could do that too. It took me getting into what I'm doing now as a Vibrant Life Coach that to realize, and as a certified lymphologist, understanding the body and how the two work, your body and how you treat your body is going to show up in your life some kind of way, good or bad. And I didn't understand those words I was speaking. I was blessing the other person and cursing myself. Are you doing that? Do you know somebody like that? Oh, they are so great. They are, oh my gosh, she's phenomenal at what she does. I wish I could do that. I ain't got enough education to do that. I don't have this to do that. I'm too heavy to do that. People not going to listen to me. They're gonna wonder who is she to talk. She needs to lose some weight herself, you know. And again, I'm devaluing myself. I was causing my self-worth to be depreciated just a little bit, and just a little bit, and just a little bit, while I was blessing somebody else and helping theirs, to I'm speaking life to them and speaking curses to myself. If that's you, if that's something that you do, or you recognize it because I'm talking about it, and you need to change that, put a one in the comment. We have to really be intentional, be aware. That self-awareness, oh my goodness. When you really tap in and say, what am I really doing here? As far as my words are concerned, let me reevaluate just today, this past week. Hmm. No, I could use some help there. I could definitely use some help there because I've been doing the same thing. We all at some point have done it. But when you become aware of it, it's so amazing that you got the power to change it just by the words you speak. Let me go on to number two. Number two is, thank you, Angie. She said this is a great topic. Oh my God, I was researching it so because it's just something that's really been on my heart because your for me, when I say you got the power to help your body help you, it starts with the words you speak. It doesn't start with the food you're eating. It doesn't start with the water you drink. It starts with the words you speak. And that can affect everything else. Number two, go on a negativity diet. Give yourself some time. Say, you know what? I'm going to give myself a week. For some people, one day might be hard to do. I'm going to give myself a week, 2 weeks, to the end of this month. And I'm not going to speak anything negative. It's not going to pass my lips. That might be a real challenge for you. But hey, if that is a challenge for you, you need to go on that negativity diet. Absolutely. Absolutely. You need to go on that diet just to challenge yourself and to see what it's like, what it's like to change that negative talk. Not just the negative talk about yourself. This negativity diet, we're talking about go on a negativity diet, period. You're not going to speak negative about yourself, and you're not going to speak negative about other people. We're about to come into Thanksgiving. You know, the month where we start thinking people are becoming a little kinder, a little gentler because they're going into Christmas. And then people are thinking even more being nice to each other, being kind to each other. But you might need a little head start. How about that? That's okay if you do. It is okay if you do. The sooner, the better. Now is always a good time to change for the better, to change from that negative way of being to a positive way of being, starting with the words you speak out of your mouth. Speak life. Choose to speak life, and make that, like I said, maybe a real challenge for some. And if that is, then you more than anybody would need, I say, would go on this diet of negativity and see what effects it may even have on your peace of mind, peace in your body, peace in your spirit. You'll find that you're not as upset as you have been because the energy, everything is energy. So your words that you're speaking now are bringing forth energy that's going to give you life at a cellular level. Your cells, starting at the cell level, you'll feel more life. And then that's going to affect your actual life for the better. That's what I believe. I absolutely believe you got the power to help your body, mind, and spirit so that you can have a more vibrant life. Yes. I say we go on to number three. And number three is boost the positive energy of your words. Words are energy. They give off a negative energy or positive energy, high energy or low energy. You could be speaking, just like Dr. Lotus always say, why be good when you can be great? Good has a certain level of energy, but great has more energy. So, you just choosing the words that you speak, choosing words that have higher energy, and that may take you on a journey. That may take you on a journey right there. I have a program coming up, well, a course of classes for 6 weeks, and it's called Reboot Your Health from the Inside Out. These are the kind of things that will be that we'll deal with and go over in this 6 weeks, because there's so many things that you can do. And again, starting with the words you speak, starting with the words you speak is going to affect your life and how your life is going about. Is it going in the direction that you have desired in your heart, in your mind, in your spirit? Is it going in that way that you've planned and you set goals for? Or is it not? You keep having a monkey wrench thrown into the mix. Every time you turn around, it's another monkey wrench thrown into the mix. Could it be because of the words you speak that don't line up with uh, what you're, what you are expecting? You're expecting apples, but you keep speaking onions. And you wonder, why do I keep getting these onion flavor when I want something sweet. I like juicy oranges. What's the issue here? You know, we have to become aware of what we're actually doing, what we're actually speaking, how we're actually being compared to what we're in expectation of. May need some adjustments there. And that's what that 6 week reboot your health from the inside out. This is one of those. This right here is one of those things that can actually help you to reboot, reset, start from a better place. And with the better place is right now. Now is always the time to make positive change. Right now. Now versus next week, versus 2022. Why wait to 2022 when you can do it now? You can start now. And when you enter into 2022, you enter in strong. Already got your head start and you off and running. You off and run. You coming into the year running into the things that you desire, running into those dreams and those goals and just ready to crush it because you've changed and you've seen how it has already benefited you here in these last couple of months. This is going to be November the 13th that I start that. Let me pull up the flyer so you can see it. You'll start seeing it. I'll be posting it. You can direct message me if you're interested, or you can put in the comments below. Even you, my replay viewers, you can put in the comment reboot, and I'll know what that is, and I'll make sure that we connect so that you can get in on this class. I'm going to share my screen right quick and see if I can bring that up. And again, this is reboot from the inside out, starting with your words. This is a 6-week course. It starts November the 13th, 2021, and it's going to be, that's a Saturday, so it'll be on Saturdays at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And for more information, just direct message me or put in the emails there, reboot on this stream, and I'll make sure that you get the information, or else you can email me at hillarygooden@sbcglobal.net. Hillary Gooden at sbcglobal.net. Yes, November the 13th, 6 weeks. Time. It's enough time to walk into 2022 or step over into 2022 ready. Already ready. You don't have to get ready. You already be rebooted, reset, and ready. And so that's what this is. I'm just excited. I'm just really excited because, God has some great things in store for all of us. But you got to be in the right place. The Lord gave me a song. He gave me a song. Dare I sing any part of it? If you want to hear me sing part of this song, put some kind of comments there. Put sing in the comments so that I can not tell if you want me to sing part of this song. In the meantime, let's see. Marie says, negative self-talk can drag you to your deathbed prematurely. Trust me. Now she sounds like she knows what she's talking about, and I know she's a nurse, and so I'm sure she's seen some situations to know that this is truth. Absolutely. And there's my friend I haven't seen in a long time. Hey, Miss Tanza in Las Vegas, just passing by to say, hey, sis, glad to see you. God bless you. And so that was, did I get it? I did number 3. So now we're going to go on to number 4. So we did stop all negative self depreciation, go on a negativity diet. 3 was boost the positive energy of your words. And I'm there, even in the workplace. Even in the workplace, you can boost the positive energy by words. I found that out just trying to an experiment actually when I was working. Now I was the CFO, the Chief Financial Officer of a behavioral health center in Chicago. And I didn't have a whole lot of contact with people because, when I was a line staff, I had more contact with people. When I became a manager, I was a little busier. I couldn't, just be chit-chatting with people the way I had been. And then as a CFO, oh my goodness, I was just always really busy, but I love people. I've always loved talking to people. And so what I decided to do one day is say, you know what? I'm on this word journey. I love words. I love words. Ever since I got born again and the Lord untangled my tongue and got me out of that shyness box. My goodness, I love to talk. I always did. And so I love words. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to go on a positive word journey. And then as I was doing it for me and my staff, I would tell them, okay, this is the word for today. Stupendous. That's the word that I've been thinking about all day today. Stupendous. What a word to use to have a stupendous day. Not just a good day. Make it better than great. Stupendous. And so I would put the word up on the outside of our office door. I made a little thing where I could slide these words, slips of paper into this little frame that I made. And anybody that passed by our door would see the word of the day. And I had a little note said, use this word all day today. It will affect your life. It'll affect your life or something to that effect. And I would change the word out every day. And I didn't know if it was blessing anybody. I knew it was blessing me. My staff thought they really thought it was corny. But they were looking forward to what the new word was for every day. And so as my staff got interested in it, what I found was that the other staff that would pass by, they were paying attention until the point that they would come around at the beginning of the day or at some point during the day to see what was the word for the day? Because they found that their lives, they were using the word. Because I told them on the sign, use the word all day today. Find a way to use the word all day. You know, if you get on the phone call and you say, hello, how you doing? And somebody say, how you doing? I'm stupendous. I'm having a stupendous day. You know, just go overboard with it. And so people were using it and finding out that it was lifting their spirit. They felt more positive. They felt they told me they felt more positive. It lifted them up. They were looking forward to it because they found that it really helped them in dealing with their clients, dealing with their day. And I was like, wow. And they got so excited about it till they said, well, can I choose the word of the day? So I had to put all these papers in a hat, like a basket, where they could reach down in it, and somebody would come around and say, can I choose it tomorrow? Can I be the one to choose it tomorrow? It got to be really exciting, not just for myself. It was more exciting for me to see that other people had caught hold of it, and it was really affecting the atmosphere at work. People were kinder to one another. They were speaking to one another. Whereas before they just passed by each other like, you know, not even acknowledging each other. So it was a great thing. It's something you can do, something you can start now. Why wait when you can get that goodness going right now? Hey, Miss Simone Rowe, thank you for coming in. She says, love this. I agree. And I know this is a very heart centered young lady, and she just loves. That's what I get from you. She just loves. She loves people. And, if she's on live streaming and just those words, you want to uplift not just yourself, but other people. And so number 4 was to boost the energy. Let me see how we had that worded number 4. Uh oh, I must not even got the number 4. I was still talking about number 3. Okay, boost the positive energy of your words. You know, make it better than, it said good, better, best. What's better than best? Let's find some words and go there. Let me move on to number 4. Number 4 is check your circle of friends. Mm. Now, you have some people that are just negative. You could talk to them all day long about something like this, and they'll find something negative to say about this. Does anybody know somebody like that? If you do, put a 2 in the comments. I know some people like that. It don't matter what you say, and they'll nod their head, and it seems like they're getting it. As soon as they say something out of their mouth, it's negative. It's negative. And sometimes you have to, when you're trying to go on the journey, a positive journey, of change, a journey of change for the better, for the best, for the stupendous in your life, you know, you need to step aside or spend less time around those people. You may not be able to get away from them, especially if they're family, you know, but you might want to spend less time because you're really serious about this and you really don't want them to bring you down. They can come into a room before they even speak their mouths because out of their mouths because they're usually that way. It could bring the energy down just their presence because everybody know they're gonna say something that's unnecessary or is negative in nature. So, and I love people too, too, too. Okay, it's just not me. Wonderful. Just not me. Let me see here. I want to also take a moment to invite you to, excuse me here. I want to take a moment to invite you to something for those that are in the Chicagoland area, especially. Okay, there we go. Um, Let me see. I need to get to, okay, this is what I need to do. I'm going to give me a second and I'm going to send out something that I meant to send out a minute ago. Here it comes, Dr. Lotus. And did that. So now, probably should have did it on my phone, but we did that. And I want to invite someone in right quick. So just give me a second. That's what I'm going to do. And yeah, sometimes those negative people, they can just, you want to just give them a hug. They find something negative about that. That hurt. I'm not a hugger. Why you hugging on me? You know, you just go, oh, wow. Can't you just receive love, receive kindness? And for some people, because they've been so in that negative mode for so long, receiving kindness is weird. They count it as something weird, but it's not weird at all. I love hugs, but we have to be what do you call it? Hmm. We have to watch those hugs nowadays still, but that smile, that elbow bump that's done from love. We want to love each other. We want to be kind to each other. We want to be kind, starting with that person in the mirror. Starting with that person in the mirror. And if that's something that you haven't been doing and you really need to change that, I, I I don't have my mirror close to me. And I don't know if you have a mirror close to you. But now is the time to start. Now is absolutely the time to start. So I went ahead, I did that, and I want to also share about an event that we have coming up at the church. My favorite scripture is, Beloved, I wish above all things that you prosper, be in good health. And I always say good, vibrant health, even as your soul prospers. So for the soul, we have an event coming up here at the church, Word Alive Ministries, um, that's coming up this weekend. So for those of you that are in the Chicagoland area, and this is an in-person event, I would love to have you to come out to fellowship with us. I'm going to show you the flyer for that right quick, and then I'm going to get on to back to my broadcast there. So this is the flyer. We have a speaker coming in. We calling this Rejoice as we move forward. And you can look at Isaiah 43, verse 18 and 19. You're talking about moving forward and not looking back. You know, we can't change the past. We want to see, what does God have going on up ahead? What is God saying about what's to come? What we're to do now? I want to move forward. I want you to move forward and rejoice. Rejoice as you're doing it, not being in that negative mode. We got to shake that negative garment off and find ways to rejoice. And rejoice because you can. Rejoice because it makes you feel good. Make all those trillions of cells feel good. So this, our guest speaker is going to be Evangelist Shirley Smith. She's from Kankakee, Illinois, and she and her husband are in ministry together. But she's going to be our speaker this time, and it's going to be October the 23rd, 2021, Saturday at 6 p.m. Those in the Chicagoland area, we invite you to come out to Word Alive Ministries Prayer Center at 11308 South Michigan Avenue. And for more information, you can go to wordaliveusa@gmail.com or direct message myself or Apostle Dr. Christine Gooden. She's our apostle over the ministry. And we're just going to have a really great time in the Lord, rejoicing as we move forward because it's time to do what God has for you to do, for your ministry, for your business, for your life, for your family, for your health. And you're going to be able to rejoice in it all, through it all. So we invite you to come out this Saturday, October the 23rd, 2021. It's going to be at 6 p.m. And that's at Word Alive Ministries Prayer Center, 11308 South Michigan Avenue. There we go. So thank you for that. There we go. And there she is. Yay. Hey,
Hi,
how you doing this evening?
I'm doing great. Doing a
You
little
all,
work.
this is
I'm out with some stuff.
all
But
righty. You,
it's great.
everybody that's listening, and my replay viewers, I can't forget those replay viewers. Thank you so much. This is Dr. Lotus Rashay that I was talking about earlier. You see us together on News You Can Use if you've seen us together. But this is her coming on my show. Yay. And this
Yeah,
show I usually don't have any guests on, so this
that
this my friend right here.
so I
Yes.
had to stop what I was doing and jump on. Pastor Hillary, I really thank you for welcoming me to your show tonight. You are really talking about a powerful, powerful topic tonight. And I'm just happy that I was able to chime in and listen to you while I was kind of doing some work here at mom's house. And, it's just such a powerful topic. So thank you so much for doing what you're doing tonight and what you
And
always do.
what do you think about the last comment that we were doing was about, well, the circle of friends, but the one before that, because I was thinking about you and people say, oh, this is good. And you always say what?
No, I say this is great. We know that John C. Maxwell say you really got to be good at what you do. But Dr. Lotus Rashay and cheers to Mr. John C. Maxwell, and I'm cheering him with some Azumio, of course. But here's the thing: I believe that you have to be great because I'm of the mindset of what Mr. Les Brown says. The problem isn't that we aim too high and miss. The problem is that we aim too low and hit. And aiming low is that good kind of area. But when you are aiming for that great area, guess what? 9 times out of 10, even if you land outside of the box of great, you're still so close to great that it's not as hard to get to great as it is to get to great from good.
Exactly. And so to get to stupendous from great, come on, why not
Ex-
just go find what's greater than great and then try to go there, you
ex-
know? And so, yeah, and I just love words, and it's just really been in my spirit the last few days.
yep,
I said, I know what I'm going to talk about, and I hope people get it
yep.
and don't feel like, because it seems like sometimes I'm saying the same thing
Mhm.
again and again, and that's because it's what works.
Yep. So I tell
It's what God
people,
has given me to say.
amen. I tell people all the time, you know, I do this thing where I take this box of tissues and I show people that when they take the tissue out of the box, I show them that if you're just being good, if you're just even being great, but I challenge people to be great rather than good.
Mhm.
you landing right outside the box. But if you shoot for the stratosphere, you're shooting for the stratosphere, you're always going to really out jump other people around you. We talk about crabs in a barrel. Well, if you're shooting
Yeah.
for the stratosphere, those crabs in that barrel can't hold you down, even with those claws. Why? Because you'll have hops. Now, the basketball players know what I'm talking about. People that know about Michael Jordan and Charles Barkley and all the old school players. All right, I'm going to say Iverson. All right. But you got hops. And see, when you really are focused on where you're going, when you really believe in yourself, instead of talking the negative talk to yourself, saying what you don't have, and your hops kick in, who can stop you? Can stop you?
Yes.
Nobody can stop you.
Yes. I love it. So
That's what.
what is Marie Conti, what did she say there?
Okay,
I
so
use
Miss
your glass.
said, uh, Marie Conte from Virginia. Yes, yes, Dr. Lotus Roche can absolutely ignite and rock your life to your dreams to reality. Thanks, Dr. Roche, for all you do. You, Miss Conte, you're fabulous too. Appreciate you.
You just touched on check your circle of friends.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really key, because sometimes everybody can't go where you're going,
Exactly.
you know,
Because
and
it's not their
some
destiny to go.
hmm
And
I
and and,
remember.
and even
Go
they may
ahead.
be going to the same, they may be aspiring to the same level, but here's the thing. They may not be going in the same direction that you're going to get to the end result. And even though the end result may be the same, their road may be different to get them there than the road it is that you're going to be traveling on to get you there.
Yes. And sometimes, we meet people for seasons, and even if
Exactly.
it's for a season, you don't want negative people to be in your around you, because it's all about energy.
Exactly.
You was on your show the other day, and Dr. Bolden, D. Bolden, was talking about everything is energy. And it
Yes.
really is. When you just break things down to its most common denominator,
Mm-hmm.
everything is energy.
Yes.
And so the people that you hang around, and when you say your circle of friends, those are people that's closest to you,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
And so you want people that's closest to you to have some good energy about themselves. If they have a down day, that's one thing. But if they're down all the time, and they're the ones that bring the negative, they're the ones that
Right.
when they come into your atmosphere, you can feel that negative energy. It can just drain the
Yes.
the good out of the very atmosphere.
Right. I totally concur with you. And here's something that I continue to embrace over and over again. When you have friends and you find your friends or even yourself, you talking negatively about other people on a consistent basis, or
Yeah,
every
that's
time
not.
person they always got something negative to say, or they're cutting people off, or they're belittling people in front of groups of people, or
Mhm.
even trying to belittle them to you. What I realized only, and this is for me, I had to cut them off, because here's what happens.
Mhm.
If you don't cut that negative energy off, if you don't address it and speak to it, then you're just as guilty as that person that's doing the backbiting. And
True.
then if you don't address that negative talk and say, "Hey, you should talk to that person," or something like that, then the person that you're friends with, if they're friends with this other person, you're just as guilty, and you're not a good friend to the other person. The reason being is because you have not nipped it in the bud, and you continue to perpetuate that type of negative energy. And some
Mhm.
people get so caught up, they don't realize that they're doing that. I
Yeah.
really are realizing that they're being that way, because you get it from all areas. You get it from people in the pulpit, you get it from realtors, you get it from coaches, you get it. It's
Yeah.
pervasive. This isn't
Yeah.
something that is just, something that coaches do or ministers do or school kids do. This is pervasive. But the key thing is that we have to recognize it. And we may not like it.
Yeah.
We may not
Self-awareness.
ourselves. But
Yeah.
once we recognize it, we have to ignite and take flight in the action point of our life.
Mhm.
Take
Mhm.
action on that because that's a spirit too.
Yeah. I was looking at a coach that I have out that I used
Mhm.
to have. She gave a video clip. She said, I want everybody to go to this video clip, look at it, and just put it somewhere where you can keep it. And it was a old Bob Newhart. You remember Bob Newhart show? He's a very dry. He's a comedian, and he has that dry humor.
That's why
And
I
so
had
he was, yeah, and so
my
he was a therapist in his
yeah.
show. And so he
Mhm.
had a lady that came to him, and she was talking about how everything was just so negative in her life, and she wasn't able to attain her dreams and this and that because, she was just negative, 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 negative. And so he listened to her, and he listened very well. And when she got done,
Mhm.
she said, "Well, is there anything you can help me to do?" He said, "It is. I'm gonna write it on this paper, and when I give it to you, I want you to read it, and this is what you need to do. Are you ready for this?" And she was like, "Oh, please, I can't wait." So he took his time and he was writing on a piece of paper. And he said he turned it over to it, pushed it across the desk, and he told her, "Don't turn it over unless you're ready." She said, "I'm ready. I'm ready." He said, "Because this is what you need to do." And when she turned the paper over, she just looked at him like, "I don't get it." He said, "What does it say?" She said, "It just says, stop it." He said, "Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it." Then
Yes.
she was like, "Well, I have this other thing that happens, and it was something else that was negative." "Well, what about?" He said, "Stop it."
Stop it.
What about stop it?
Stop it.
What a stop it.
Stop it. Just stop
And
it.
that's why I said sometimes I talked about that negativity diet.
Yes.
Maybe you might need to really challenge yourself to stop it.
Yeah.
Because if it's a habit, habits are not always easy to break.
Exactly. And I've heard that. I've seen that one too. And I've even used it with my clients
Mhm,
because
mhm.
it really does work. Because we have to call ourselves out. We have to hold ourselves accountable. And also we have to hold the people that we coach, train, and mentor accountable for their negative energy so that
Yes,
they can to positive energy. And also we have to make sure that we're not perpetuating the negative energy because
exactly.
trainers, speakers, coaches, pastors, mentors, a lot of times when we listen to the rhetoric, we buy into it. And sometimes we, as pastors, mentors, speakers, role
Mhm.
models, we're the one bringing the negative rhetoric.
Come on. It's
I mean,
true.
I could look back at us and be like, but wait a minute,
Yeah. Are you the one?
the preacher, the,
You know,
the,
I,
the
I,
so yeah.
I have
And,
said about some that I know, I said, man, if you could make money on
mhm,
being negative, you'd be a
yeah,
multi-millionaire.
of course we
You
would.
know, you'd be a multi-millionaire. But
Yep.
that's not what's happening. So we need to
Right.
stop it. Just nip it
Stop.
in the bud. Nip it, nip it, nip
You know,
it.
I say this often, Pastor Hillary, that we are spiritual beings having a human experience.
That's right.
That in all fairness, we have to understand as human beings, we have been conditioned in
Hmm.
certain ways. And because we're conditioned in certain ways, we continue to perpetuate it until someone says, stop it.
Yeah. Or else someone shows it out to you and you
Exactly.
become aware.
Exactly.
As a leader, and that's what you're talking about, leaders.
Hmm.
As leaders, we recognize things in other people, and
Of
sometimes it's not always easy helping them to be aware of
course.
things or finding the right words because you
Of
don't want
course.
to be mean. You don't
Right,
want
right.
to be try to throw them off their apple cart or cause them to go into some kind of negativity that because they got their feelings hurt. But you
Right.
say this might hurt a little bit, but you need to be aware
Be
that you're
aware.
doing this,
Right.
that
I
this is
think
how you're being perceived.
exactly. I think sometimes, Well, most of the time, and I tell people this, you don't know what you don't know until someone tells you
Mhm.
what you don't know. And
Right.
that's being genuine, not being
Yeah.
naive. Now, it's different when the person is naive or when the person knows, but they want to, as they say, perpetrate a fraud, like they don't know that they're
Right.
being negative. And then the other thing of that is that not only do you not know what you don't know until you learn what you don't know, but Maya Angelou also said that when we learn better, when we learn better, we
Yes.
do better.
We do better.
When we know better, that's what she said. When
Yes.
we know, we do
Yes.
better. And so here's the thing. I think many of us, and even the Bible that many of us read says many of us have sinned and come fallen short of the glory of God. So we have to be really, really mindful of how we receive people with their negativity. We don't want to
Yeah.
sit to the scornful. We don't want to sit and judge them, but at the same time, we don't want to be a part of it because it further lowers our frequency of existence, and so therefore we're operating at a lower level of existence. So it takes courage and it takes um, mental fortitude to bring us up
Mhm.
that higher level. And again, we have to say stop it. And I think that's so fitting that you would use that verb.
Mhm.
Right? We have to say stop it, not just to the people that are we are letting put the negative whispers in our ear, but we have to tell our mind to stop it, stop
Yeah.
allowing our essence, if you will, to receive this negative energy. Because you know what? A lot of times we draw that
Yeah, I was just thinking as you were speaking, we energy is drawn to energy,
energy.
you
Yep.
know. So with this negative energy, you know, you have the like the magnetized, it's drawn to you. And you say, well, why does this keep happening? Well,
Yep.
let's just go into your little box and see what's in here, you know.
Exactly.
And that's just like me right now. I'm not sure what's going on. I just want to share this. Every time I walk through a store and the little alert goes off, it says, check your sensors to see if you have something on the tag you left. I'm thinking I just came in the store and I just caused this thing to go off. I leave
Mhm.
the store and this thing goes off. Not just a particular store, but I- it looks like everywhere I go. So I said, now I don't know what it is. What do I have on me different than I've had on me all the time? I don't even have my purse this time. Is there something in my wallet? What the world is this? But, you know, people that have that negative type of energy, those kind of sensors go off in everybody else,
Yep.
you know.
Yep.
And sometimes you wonder they may wonder what it is, and when someone will love them enough, it's because that's loving somebody when you try to help them to
Yep.
be aware of something that clearly you can tell they're not even aware they're doing this
Yep.
or that they're
And
saying this, you know, or let me bring it to them and see if maybe if they're aware of it and that's just the way they want to be. Well, okay, I know how to deal with that, you know. But it's been so many situations myself where I brought something to someone's attention because I'm thinking they don't really know. And then they say, seriously, I say that like that all the time. Yeah. It used to be this lady who I worked with. She was new and she would come in and she would walk down the hall, you know, you see her in the hall, say, hi, how you doing? She would do this. Hi. I'm starting to feel some kind of way. I'm like, "What is that?" But then I noticed she was doing it to other people too. And so
yeah.
one day I told her about it, and she's like, "No, I don't do that." I said, "Yeah, you do." And she said, "You really think I do?" I said, "I thought it was personal. I was starting to trying to figure out we need to talk. What's your problem?" But I saw you doing this to some other people. She said, "I didn't realize I do that." So the next time I saw her, and when she was coming up, we were coming up the hall toward each other.
Mhm.
And she said to me, she said, "Hey, Miss Hillary." I said, "Hey, how you doing?" She said, "Oh." I said, "Yeah, that's how everybody received that." You know, I
Yes.
did it to her, and then she was like,
Yeah.
I said, "You felt the energy of that."
Yeah.
That's what she felt, the energy of it. Even though
Exactly.
I didn't mean it, even though I didn't mean it, she
Yeah.
felt the energy. energy goes with what we say, what we do,
Of
our
course.
actions. It gives off energy.
Of course.
Oh my
Yep.
God. I
Yep.
could talk about this all night, but we don't have all night. I want to get to number 5. And so number 5, everybody, is the power of repetition. You go
Yeah.
on that negativity diet and you start replacing your negative words, your negative actions, the negative thoughts with positive. The repetition of it is going to help change your mind, because understanding, you hear me say this on here all the time, your mind believes everything you say.
Yes.
So it starts with you.
Yep.
You
Yep.
have the control over what comes out of your mouth. And if you go on that negativity diet, you're going to be doing repetition. Repetition. That's what affirmations are. Quoting Bible scriptures, or or even doing the, like I was talking about earlier, putting up words that bring forth life and positivity. It takes repetition. But for your brain, your mind believes everything you say. Your brain believes everything the mind tells it to do. Again, it's all starting with you.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so it's going to take repetition. It's going to take time, because at first, your mind is not going to believe you, because you've
Exactly.
been this way all your life for a
Yep.
long time. Why we need to change? Well, excuse me, what? Oh, she don't mean it.
Yep.
But the more you do it, the
Mhm.
easier it is, and the easier it is, the more you do it, until your mind has said, "Oh, wait a minute, she don't want to be like that no more. Okay, well, we'll just help her be like this.
Right.
Help him
And
be like this." It
yeah.
starts with you, and repetition is crucial.
Mhm. Right. And here's the thing too, and it's been proven. There have been scientific studies that purport that I think it's anywhere from 17 to 21 times. If you do a thing, it becomes a habit. And
Hmm.
so where we transition from the practice of something to, I'm not going to say perfection, but to a
Yeah.
way of, okay, because we want to move from just practicing, because just practicing, we're always in the preparatory stage, but when it
Yeah.
becomes a life, this is
Of
what
your
we're doing
being.
consistent basis, because this is what we embrace as our ideology. This is what we embrace as our value. This is what we embrace as our moral. This is what we embrace as our lifestyle. So we
Right.
start lifestyle of treating people right because it is right to do, because we've gone from the practice phase to the lifestyle phase. And then when we really start to reflect and we see that we're treating people better, guess what? The
Yeah.
in kind will return that same powerful, pleasant energy back to us, and the universe will return more people in our circle, in our lives. And we talk about the circle of friends. We're
Mhm.
going to gravitate more people to us than rather than repel. Why? Because I heard
Mhm.
at the onset of your show, that life and death is in the power of the tongue. So
Yes.
when we begin to repeat even our words of gratitude, every morning, my staff, we start out with gratitude. You know why? Because gratitude is I say this all the time, it is the elixir for poverty. If you are in poverty, in your mind, in your spirit, in your finance,
Yes.
gratitude
Absolutely.
gratitude is, I'm telling you, it is so powerful. You will gravitate the right people, places, and things. God, Yahweh, Elohim, Jehovah Jireh will move people, places, and things on your
Mhm.
path with
Yes. Absolutely.
thank
That
you.
energy.
That is the prayer. Thank you, because it has a frequency
Yes.
that gratitude energy. It's just
Mhm.
amazing. You use it with repetition, constantly
Mhm.
grateful, it becomes a way of life. Constantly treating someone properly, it becomes a way of life. Constantly telling someone, hey, you're doing well, it becomes a way of life. And so instead of you backbiting people, you're praising them. And what happens? Praise begets praise. Then people become, they come back to you and they praise you. Why? not because you're trying to be some fashionista or anything like that, but because you give praise unto others, it will be given back to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, give, and it will come back to you. Press down, shake it together, and run it over.
Then over.
What you give is gonna be, it's gonna come back to you. Maybe not from the person who you're giving to. You know, you talk about giving money, giving love, giving
Mhm,
kindness, giving your time and
mhm.
energy to help people.
Yep.
God will cause it to come back to you.
Yep.
You
Yep.
know. Now
That's
I
on.
wanted to touch on this. It says research from the University of California at Santa Barbara clearly shows that not a weak message repeated twice becomes
Mhm.
more valid than a strong message heard only once. Now,
Ex-
the first person I heard really talk about this, that was the way that they moved and lived and had their being, was, I don't even like to say the word, but our former president.
Yes.
When he was on, what was the name of the show that he had, where he said, "You're fired." What was the name of Apprentice?
Oh
When
yeah,
he
yeah,
had
yeah.
that show Apprentice, and he was sitting at that table where they fire somebody,
Yes.
and he was talking about one of the people, and he said, "Well, you wanted me to say that even if it's not true." He said, "Well, even if it's not true, the more you repeat it, people will believe it."
Of course. That's
And that
true.
was his whole presidency, repeating
Mhm.
lies, repeating things that wasn't, necessarily the truth.
Yep.
And he had lots and lots of people that grabbed hold of things that he said, whether they were true or not, because of the repetition. So
Right.
that's
Mhm.
using it. We want to use it for good.
Yeah. And
We want to use it
position
for
can
good.
be, yeah, yeah. It can be both good and negative. Um,
Hmm.
have to make the decision what
Hmm.
side of the repetition we're going to
Yeah,
be on.
like a seesaw. You
Exactly.
know, you which side is going to work for you. You can use that, but the damage that it can do, not only to other people, but to your, it can do damage to your dreams, your hopes, your things that you want to see happen in life, but as well as do damage to you cellularly.
Of course,
That's the
because it
part that people don't understand. It can
and
do
it,
damage to you at a
mm,
cellular level, just a little bit.
yep,
You're either committing suicide or you committing murder, just a little bit. When you give that stuff and you're downing other people, criticizing other people, ridiculing other people, holding grudges, and all of that
yep,
stuff is like committing murder, just a little bit. And again, I
yep,
say, stop it. The
yep.
sooner you become aware of it, stop it.
Stop,
And it's
stop.
all now is always the time for change. As long as you got breath in your being, you can start to change. Don't wait till 2022. Let's do
Right.
this now.
Yep. You know, the sooner people move into action, the sooner results will come. A lot of times
Yeah,
we sit and ponder, oh,
absolutely.
should I do that? Well, I believe that the Most High is already sending what you need already on its way to you. But what happens is a lot of times we do this, we block our own blessing because we're
Mhm,
sitting
mhm.
the grips of Doubting John and pitiful Paul,
Ooh,
and and I can't get it done. Can't I
you
can't
can.
get it done? Can't. And we really take our mind and we keep writing these negative songs in our head, and then before we singing this melody that really garden of life, and so then we're bumping into a weed, and then all of a sudden there's some thorns sticking in us. Why? Because this is the garden that we've created, when really
Yes,
our
there you
garden
go.
of life should be lush, be full of love, it should be full of happiness and full of joy. Yet again, the power of the tongue within the power of the tongue is life or death. And so we have to
Hmm.
decide with our mind, and because our mind is kind of the puppet master.
Yes.
We have to get our mind right. We have to how to think, because when we learn how to think, we learn how to behave, we learn how to speak, we learn how to engage with people, we learn how to love and treat people right.
Hmm.
And again,
Yeah.
our circle of friends have to make sure we're selecting the right circle of friends, and we have to be the right friend to the circle that we're
There we go.
belonging
I
to,
was just thinking
because we
that.
can be some bad friends.
Oh yeah. Oh
So
yeah. So you know what? This was just something that was just really on me today, and I said, I guess I don't know that people understand. I just want people to understand that better health starts with your words. It really does.
it does.
Because nobody,
Yes, it does.
you speak out of your body, out of your face. Your doctor's
Okay.
not in there to speak for you. Your mama's not
Nope.
in there to speak for you. You are responsible for the words you speak. And once they're out there, your words go and they do things. What are your words
Exactly.
out there doing? Are they doing what you meant for them to do? Are they causing things to be built up for you, or are they causing destruction?
Yep.
And you can't figure out what the world is the problem. I spent money on this. I circulated money over there. I I put my time and efforts in here, but yet you still speaking all of this negative stuff everywhere you go, and it keeps bringing you back to the same place you've been, and you wonder, how do I get out of here?
And if
Reboot.
I may, I want to go a little bit further to that, because to your point of the words that you're speaking, I also believe, what is your motive when you're doing all
Mm,
this? Investing time here, when you're
yeah.
investing time, your motive, what is your intention for investing
Hmm.
that? Are you looking to get something back? Is that why you're
Hmm.
doing it? Looking for people to say, oh, yo, you just so brilliant, you're so amazing?
Yeah.
Are
There you
you
go.
looking for fame and fortune? Because if that's what you're looking for, then this is why what you're receiving back isn't quite what you think you deserve. Why? Because
Hmm.
of the intention. Because your intention, again, we're talking about energy. It has a
Hmm.
energy that you out with that intention, with your
Yeah.
motive. So again, we have to again be mindful of what we're speaking to ourselves, understand our intention, because when we put our intention out into the world, it too will return back to us, and it will not return void. It will return something,
Yes.
whether it's good or bad, something will return.
Hmm.
And that
So
again takes us back to within the power of the tongue. There is
yeah,
life in it. What are we speaking over ourselves or over others?
Marie says here, she says, can you read that right quick?
Yes,
Oh,
I'm learning so much. This topic has been a blessing to me. Thank you.
I'm
Thank you,
so
Pastor Hillary,
glad.
because
Yes,
this
I'm
topic is
so
I
glad. I miss talking with Dr. Lotus. We haven't done our show in a while, and we've been playing and just playing replays, and but we're gonna get back in there and do it. But I'm so glad you were able to come on
yeah,
tonight, because this topic, I'm just thinking about coming out of this year. We're all coming out of this year. We still living, you know,
yeah,
but we don't need to wait to resolution time,
right. Mhm.
January, before we start making some changes. Start
Right.
changing now. Now is the time. Now is always the best time for
Yep.
positive change, you know. Uh,
Hmm.
and that's why I'm doing this reboot, Your Health from the Inside Out, which is starting November the 13th. And if
Yeah.
you're interested and you're on this broadcast, or you're watching this on the replay, and it's not November the 13th, 2021 yet, put reboot in the comment. Put reboot in the comment. And I would love for you to be a part of that 6-week course. I'm trying to see, do I still have it up here? Well, I can post it right quick, and I don't have it up there. But if you're still interested, just put reboot in the comment, and I would love for you to be a part of that 6 week stuff like this is going to be a part of it because you got to deal with uh, start where it starts and start from the beginning. Start where it really is going to make the biggest difference, and learning how to use your words, learning how to be intentional, how to be mindful, different exercises or that you can do and practice and become better at it. And you know that I always say, the more you do a thing, when you're trying to change, the more you do it, the easier it is. The easier it is, the more you'll do it. And so reboot, put reboot in the comment if you want to know more. Again, it starts November the 13th, 2021. It's going to go for 6 weeks, and it's going to be really impactful and powerful and cause you to come into 2021, 2022, running across that line, ready to make it happen, ready to make it happen. And reboot. All right, I got you. And let me bring my guest, my one and only time guest that I've had on the Vibrant Good Health Show. Because I do have a show called Let's Get Acquainted on
Yeah.
Thursday nights at 6 p.m. Central. And I've been trying to get this person, Dr. Lotus, on that show. And she's been, really busy, but that's all right. We got made it happen tonight, but I'm still going to get her on that show. But that's every Thursday at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. And this show is every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. And I want to, let me check this right quick. But this has been a great, great time. And I didn't have to just say it all by myself. I could talk and know that I'm saying something good, but it's good to hear somebody else's perspective as
Yeah.
well. And you all that's been commenting, I love that because that just lets you know that you're either getting across or you're not getting across. And if you're not getting across, let me know what your perspective is. And we might not always agree, but that's what having
Exactly.
conversations and discussions is all about. It don't mean we have to agree.
Yep. And
Yeah.
sometimes when you don't totally agree with someone, it makes you do some critical thinking, like, I
Yes,
never thought about that way. Wow, that's interesting.
exactly. So, Dr. Lotus, why don't you tell us what you have going on? And we're going to, before we close this out,
Mhm.
and then we'll do a final, just, we call it a final word, final nugget that we can leave people with from tonight.
Well, I got a new book that just hit. The runway most recently, called The Lessons in You. I was honored to do the foreword. It's the mastermind of Brenda Flores Robles, but it's a compilation of about maybe 20 or so authors, and we're all talking about the lessons that we had to learn in life to help us to get to where we are today and help us move forward in this wonderful thing we call life, because after all, no one gets out alive, and we want to make sure that we're living life and not just existing. And the book is designed to help people that may think that they're struggling and struggling alone, to know that they are not alone, that there are people out here that love and care about them, and we share our stories in that book. And of course, coming up on the 27th, 28th, and 29th, we have the Foundation Lab Summit coming up. It's going to be amazing, with Dr. Florence out of Burundi, South Africa. We have a myriad of powerful speakers. Dr. Fournier Holmes, she will be there. We have, I think we still are looking for Nelson Mandela's granddaughter. She'll be there. And just a myriad of powerful speakers. Dr. Eric Kelly will be one of the speakers. Dr. Eves will be one of the speakers, and that promises to be just a dynamic thing. And then, of course, as you know, Pastor Hillary, we are supporting none other than Dr. Christian, Johannes Christian, that is. He is walking from Ohio to Washington, D.C. He should land in D.C. Anywhere between the 28th or the 29th. And then he's going to have a phenomenal black and red formal event, something like a ball. So you definitely want to be there. And he is walking because he is the face of forgiveness. And I'm so happy to be a part of that. And then, of course, we have another caregiver event coming up with the Women with Vision, headed by none other than Miss Charlene Sparks. And then, of course, I am going to be a part of the SONAG luncheon with none other than Dana Lee Hines, for the nurses of SONAG. It's just so amazing. So I've got a lot going on, and of course, Women Reach Out with God Initiative. We have a conference coming up, and I'm also on another conference with none other than Brenda Woods. That's coming up. So just a lot going on right now. A couple more books coming out, more conferences and more trainings to go. And be sure to check out my boot camp. So if you are looking to have your own show and you don't know how, and you're trying to get there, you need videos, you need landing page, whatever you need, the Lotus Richey Ignites team, we are a one-stop shop. And so if you are ready to start your own show and you want to get on television, you want to utilize StreamYard or what have you, we can help you do that. So join my boot camp. Hit me up at lotus@lotusricheignites.com and make sure you get with me so that I can get with you and help you ignite and take flight in every area of your business life. So that's just a little bit about what we have going on. And of course, Miss Hillary, Pastor Hillary, will be joining us here or there in Washington, D.C. For this upcoming gala, this Red and Black gala that's going to take place on the 30th of this month. And it's going to be phenomenal. Oh, and I cannot forget Pastor Hillary. We're looking on November 5th. I will be a part of the Black own.com Black Talent Community. We are having our launch. Is gonna be phenomenal, and I can't let too much out of the bag right now, but you guys do not want to miss that. If you miss it, you're gonna kick yourself in the ankle and you're gonna say some choice words. So with that being said, thank you, Pastor Hillary, for having me here on your show tonight. You always do a phenomenal job. You're always giving so much love and just make us say, hmm. So thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you again. This is Marie. Said Dr. Lotus, don't forget breast cancer health seminar on Sunday the 31st, virtual. That's a virtual event.
Yes.
Yes. All
And
right.
it's just going to be phenomenal. It's going to be phenomenal.
Yes. I love it. And
I'll be
so,
there.
go ahead.
And I'll be there. I'll be there as well. And
Yeah.
yeah, so I'll be there and got another invite for the 31st as well. So it's just life is good, God is great, and no, I digress. Life is fantastic, God is phenomenal, and you,
Yes.
my dear, super fabulous. So thank you.
Thank you, kindly. So, give us your final words on the topic tonight. Your final nugget. You just kind of share everything that you're doing right now, and we see that's a lot, and that is great. Amen. So getting the chance to spread what you do to more people, that's always a great, fabulous, stupendous thing. Amen.
Thank
So
you.
let's have just a final thought on this whole topic for tonight.
My final thought is this: be mindful, be mindful of what you speak to yourself, about yourself, and over yourself. Be mindful what you speak to yourself about others and to others about others and even about yourself. Because when you put yourself down inside your own mind, you generate that energy outside of you and you draw more of the same. And when you put others down outside of yourself, you're also putting your own self down. Why? Because we are all connected. We are all spiritual beings having this human experience. We all come from source energy, and to that source energy will return. But we are all connected. So love yourself more, give yourself more. And when you do that, you'll love others more. And guess what? The universe will give back to you. Why? Because it has to, by the natural order of law. Mwah. Take care and have a good night. And thank you, Pastor Hillary. I greatly appreciate you.
Thank you so much for jumping in and jumping on and just coming on in. I knew you would have a lot to share here, and I thank you, for that. And so I'm going to just give my final words right quick. And again, everybody, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for being here in this live stream. You could have been anywhere. Thank you to all my replay viewers as well. Again, this is the Vibrant Good Health Show, and I'm Hillary Gooden, and I empower busy women leaders with strategies to transform their health and peace from the inside out, using the lymphatic system mainly to help the body to be in position to do what God intended for it to do. That's to heal itself and to help you to have a healthy whole life, following what God intended for you to do in this life. So I do that by coaching, by counseling, by individual coaching or group coaching. I have a course coming up next month, 6 weeks, Reboot Your Health from the Inside Out. And it's going to be fabulous. It's going to be stupendous. That's my word today. It's going to be stupendous. And it's going to help change your life, help you to have tools and strategies, not only for 6 weeks, but for a lifetime. Things that you'll be able to share with other people, those people that you know and love, and you want to see them have better life. When you can have better health, whether you're having a better, healthier mind, healthier spirit, and a healthier body, your life has got to be different for the better. And so that's what this is all about. Reboot your health from the inside out. And again, if you're listening to this and it's not November the 3rd, November the 3rd, 2021 hasn't happened yet, just put reboot in the comment and I will make sure you get the information. You can direct message me as well, or you can go to my email at hillarygooden@sbcglobal.net. And I'm just so thankful that learning lessons like this have helped to change my life, have helped me to have a more vibrant life. When I hear the word vibrant, it just excites me and lights me up. And that's what I wanted to do for you. You know, that there are things that you can do that are easy, natural, and drug-free, and that in a lot of cases is free, like changing the words you speak. You don't have to pay for that. That's something you can try now. Start doing it now and see, won't you feel better about you and help you to feel better about other people. I have my show, Let's Get Acquainted. This month is the National I'm Just Me Because month. And it makes me, all of what we talked about tonight, remind me of that. I'm just me because I'm free to be me. I'm free to be fully me. Whereas before, when I was holding back, when I was speaking negative or speaking death to my dreams, when I didn't know that's what I was doing, I wasn't free to be me. I wasn't free to be fully me. I want you to be free to be fully you. So join me so that you can start nipping some of those things that's not working for you. Nip it in the bud in 2021. Let's do 2022 at a higher level with more energy, more vibrant energy, taking on whatever comes. So thank you for being here. Thank you for making sure that you following me here on Facebook, YouTube. Please do subscribe to my page. Show me some love there. And if you're on LinkedIn, let's connect. Let's connect so that you will be getting the next videos that come forth. and so that we can just see how we can make some things happen in this world, not just for me, not just for you, but for other people. So I see you, Dolores. Praise God. I'm so excited. I'm going to go ahead and end this broadcast, because again, I could just keep going and going and going and going like the little Energized Bunny. But thank you again, and I'll see you all next week. Good night.